Hello and welcome to the Long Island Weather Update. It is July 25th, 2024, and this slow-moving cold front finally pushing offshore after dealing with some clouds lingering throughout the day today. Yesterday was pretty yucky, but we will have more comfortable weather coming up. We're finally getting rid of all that horrible humidity that we've had across the area today, and quite a sunset tonight too. I'll just show you. And you can see here the sun you can see the haze, definitely some smoke out there. You could definitely see this as the sun was setting. We really had a feeling it was going to be colorful, and it was. You could see the sky very, very colorful as the sun went down. Really some nice colors in the sky there, in the clouds, nice pinks and stuff. A lot of that's from the smoke. So you can sort of see it here. You got a little bit. We'll just show you. Was it right here? Yep, you can sort of see right here. A little bit of smoke right here. However, it looks like there's a little bit less smoke over here, but then more over here. We're gonna looking at the models and show you. Don't get your hopes up for some nice deep blue skies tomorrow. That's all I can say. Let's go over our weather in our area right now. As far as temperatures and humidities go, things have dropped off quite a bit here. 79 degrees at Farmingdale. The dew point's down to 59 now, and that's a big difference from what it was earlier with a much higher humidity. Islip 75. You can see the west-northwest wind there. Dew point's still 63, but the dew points will be coming down. And still in New Jersey, though, a lot more humid there. Still dew point of 70. Air temperature 73, so still a lot more humid there. Wow. It's just another reason why you don't want to be in at least the southern part of New Jersey, because it always takes a while for that drier air to make it in, especially when you've got a slow-moving cold front. And they were dealing with some showers today, too. So actually, before we even go over that, let's take a look and see precipitation for the past 24 hours here. And you'll see, well, not too much in Jersey. They had some light showers, but it looks like it's mostly well to the south. But let's go to the 48 hours, because I know I didn't do a weather update yesterday. You could see, yeah, not a whole lot of rain, very scattered rain. So we really didn't get as much rain as they were originally calling for with this stalled front. We'll go over the highs and lows for today. And highs, everybody pretty much in the mid-80s today with that west-northwest wind. No sea breeze at all today, even right on the water. And lows in the low 70s. But the humidity is definitely coming down, and you can see the cooler temperatures off to the north and west still. If you go upstate to Albany, yeah, they're in the 60s, and if we go even further up, we even have some Plattsburgh 68, and dew point's 55 there. So definitely a lot cooler air. And what is this little blue thing here that we have here? There's a blue thing here, but it's saying no active. All right. I don't know what that blue thing is, but whatever the case is, not many advisories for our area at all as we head into the weekend. But you see the heat out west. Got to deal with Billings thunder squalls they have over there. So it looks like they've got maybe some thunderstorm activity over there. It looks like I do see some severe thunderstorm warnings. But you see red flag warnings in effect, maybe some excessive heat warnings as well. Fire weather watch. This is the next area of wildfire risk we're going to have to deal with. A lot of heat in the west. That just continues unabated, pretty much. In interior parts of Washington also dealing with, yeah, look at this. Another squall being reported here with the wind gust up to 53 miles an hour. We'll have to look at the radar and see what's going on over there. But for us, it's pretty much, quiet. Looking at the weather map, you'll see, there's like a stalled frontal boundary over here. There's a heat ridge, and then you have another little frontal boundary over here. Here's our high building down, our slow-moving front that's slowly sinking to the south as we move into tomorrow. That front sinks further to the south, so we should see some more sunshine. And then the weekend, we should have fair weather as well. So let's look at the broader satellite image here. Actually, before I do that, let me go to the radar, see what's going on with these squalls out there. Unfortunately, yeah, no, it's going to be quiet over the next. You're not going to see much thunderstorm activity. Let's see, but they were reporting some strong squalls over here with some of these cells. Doesn't look that impressive on the radar at all. This looks like a pretty big area of rain around Edmonton. that might help maybe wash out some of the smoke a little bit. I'll have to see about that. And then you can see there's a lot of showers and thunderstorms popping up here. Sort of like monsoon type of deal again. A lot of heavy rain around Tucson, Flagstaff. They're in that monsoon season now where you get the monsoon, the moisture coming off the coming drawn inland. So you get that monsoon. So let's look at some more satellite imagery here. And you'll see here, yeah, there is a lot of cloud cover over here, so there might be some rain going on here over where these fires are, but you can still see all that smoke, a lot of smoke here, and you can see the smoke diving down pretty much down past Hudson Bay, and I have a feeling we're going to get into this eventually. You can see it going over Ontario, still some smoke over the Midwest, and yeah, we still have fires going here. Look at a big one in Northern California here. Look at that one. So that's a pretty big fire right there. We got some more fire activity here in Oregon. There's a lot of fires going on out west right now. Just a lot of wildfires, and that's why they got all those red flag warnings. We could see more wildfires start. But you can see the smoke here. I don't know if there's any heavy rain in here, but hopefully there'll be a little moisture to maybe, because there's a lot of fires over here. If we do add layers, we'll do the fires and thermal anomalies to show you. Let's add these fires in here. Which one is it? Fires and thermal is the one right here. So we have fires, and we'll add this in here. We should have it updating in a moment. You see where all these red dots are, orange dots are. These are all fires that are burning. And there's a lot of them in Alberta. I don't know why they don't have the one in Jasper. That's still going. But you can see a lot of fires in the Northwest Territories. Jasper has been terrible destruction over there. You have some in Alaska, too. Yep, I see some wildfires over there, too, as well. So we'll now jump on over to the CONUS view of the GOES satellite. We'll continue to visualize all the smoke, and there's a lot of it. You can see a lot of it in the west, a lot of coming out, a lot coming off. Look at all the smoke here. The smoke's pretty much, I mean, literally covering the whole country here at this point. So we're going to be getting into the smoke that's over the Midwest. You could clearly see that. We're going to be getting into that. See, look at all that smoke. So not really a whole lot of clear air here. There's a little pocket of it around the Great Lakes, but that's why I'm saying don't get your hopes up for nice blue skies, because I think there's going to be some haze around because of these fires that are going on here, and there's a lot of them. So let's go first. We'll start off with the Canada and northern U.S. view, and then work our way south. So you can see, look at all the smoke that's over. Oh yeah, there's a ton of smoke over Alberta province. You can see that. A ton of smoke getting trapped in this low pressure system here, which hopefully may be bringing some rain into that area. But, unfortunately, with that might also come lightning. So let's see if there's any lightning flashes here, because that could start new wildfires. And there are a few. So, especially if it's dry lightning, you can see. And look at all the smoke coming off California here. That's a lot of smoke right there. So it almost looks like there's a volcano going off in Northern California. That's unbelievable. So let's go over there now. We'll go to the Pacific Northwest view. I guess that might show us. Yeah, this shows us perfectly what's going on. Look at this. Look at this fire here. This is really incredible. Look at all the smoke that it's creating. That's a huge looks like a volcano going off. I mean, that's incredible. This is Northern California here. I mean, you got a bunch of fires. Oregon, Washington. You know you're going to be dealing with smoke. And we got fires in Southern California, too. Or it's more like Central California there. But, yeah, you got fires going all over the West, and there's going to be a lot of smoke from these fires that's going to make its way into our area. Let's go to the southeastern Alaska view here. Get a closer look at that. Can't really see the fires because of this storm here, which may be bringing some rain. So I'm kind of curious to look at some of the observations from this area here and see if we have some rainfall in some of these areas where there are fires. Let's see if we can find Jasper here. Hopefully Jasper has an observation station. Gotta find where Jasper is. Jasper is in Alberta province. Why doesn't it show up on the map? I'm trying to find Jasper here. I wish they would show us where this is. You could like put a city in and kind of. Oh, it's further to the south. Here it is. Here's Jasper over here. There's no observations coming from this area, unfortunately. I don't see any. Oh, here we go. 43? Wow, that's chilly. That must be at the top of a mountain. 55? All right, let's see if we have... I don't think these sites keep track of rainfall, but let's see if they do. And they do not, unfortunately. So we'll have to go to this one. We need a more thorough observation station. Let's see if this one keeps track of precipitation. No. Oh, it does. Okay, very little. All right. There was 0.48 yesterday evening, so looks there was some rain over there. But boy, this fire is burning. I think it's a little more over here, and unfortunately, wow, these temperatures are pretty chilly. Wow, temperatures dropped a lot. Well, that will help things. Hopefully, do see rain falling. So hopefully, at least with the fire in Jasper, hopefully that one we can get under control, or at least a little bit of help from Mother Nature there. Wow, look at how the temperatures have dropped over there. I know they are in the mountains, so that's something. But still, even Edmonton, it's down to 51 at Edmonton, right there. Edmonton. Let's see if we can get Edmonton Airport here. Find an airport here around Edmonton. It's always hard to get the right observations here, and of course, Edmonton doesn't even. Yeah, this doesn't give us any idea about the visibility because you need an airport. And for that, here we go, Edmonton International Airport. So let's see what we got here. So looks like maybe some of the rain cleared out some of the smoke for them. They were dealing with a lot of smoke yesterday, some pretty dense smoke too, down there. So yeah, so at least some of that area has gotten some rain, and that's very good, at least for them to get some things under control here. But there's still smoke being reported in a lot of these areas here. Hay River, let's see about Hay River, see if they've been reporting smoke. They have been reporting smoke on and off as well. So depending on where that smoke plume is going to go right now, it's caught up in that low pressure area. And we have that big smoke plume coming off Northern California, of course. You can see the kind of conditions going on here. We got red flag warnings up in a lot of these areas, and I'm sure they're dealing with smoke as well. And pretty strong winds, too, as well. So that's why we have all these red flag warnings in effect here. A lot of red flag warnings. So dew point 16. That's 11% humidity. That's not good at all. That's an ideal situation for smoke. Let's just get this shading a little off so I can see where the cities are. See if we can get some observations from some cities. Again, this is blowing into Nevada, all these cities here. I'd like to get an official from an airport. All right, here we go. So 4-mile visibility here at Burns Municipal Airport. And those are the kind of conditions that you're dealing with out there. And again, that smoke's gonna be all over the place. Let's see how Bismarck, North Dakota is. And let's see, they've got 8-mile visibility. So you're seeing that they've hit 99 today. So still a lot of heat out west. They're dealing with, let's see, where's the visibility? Here it is. So definitely some restrictions on visibility, slight restrictions, nothing crazy. But anyway, you get an idea of this air, this smoky air that's going to be heading our way, I think. So let's go and look at the smoke model. We're actually going to go right to the smoke model here. I usually do that later, but let's go to it now. All right, so this is the vertically integrated smoke RAP model, and you'll see where the smoke winds up. And you can see that big cloud of smoke there. So you can see, yeah, you see that area moving over us tomorrow. So, yeah, that's why I think we'll have some hazy skies tomorrow. Then maybe a little bit of a break on Saturday, and then I think we'll eventually get into more of this eventually. A lot of it seems to be being pushed into Canada, but we'll have to see. I expect that we're going to get into some of this eventually at some point or another. That's a lot of that's the vertically integrated smoke, and then there's also some smoke near the surface too as well that we may be dealing with as well. So let's see if we've got some of that, and that's going to result in surface haze. You see some of that though. It looks like it does push off to the south tomorrow, But still, there's a lot of smoke out west, and eventually, we're going to get into that. It's going to make its way into our area eventually. These models only go out only so far, unfortunately. So, really can only go into Saturday, so the next 48 hours, and that's it. Beyond that, I really can't. We don't have anything that goes out that far. So, let's look at the surface map here on the GFS, and you'll see high pressure building in, giving us fair and dry weather, maybe some hazy skies, but other than that, it should be a decent day. Saturday, also seeing the high pressure over us, and then it eventually starts migrating offshore as we get into Sunday. But there's a low pressure area that forms out here, and actually gets kind of pulled back a little bit toward us as we get toward Monday, which might actually throw some clouds and shower chances our way, perhaps. It's not as strong on this run. If we looked at the 12Z run, it's a lot stronger on the 12Z run, but here's the 12Z run. I mean, that thing just kind of, you don't wonder if that's going to be a tropical system. Probably not, but I mean, it's kind of unusual to see something form like that in that area. Very unusual. Nothing from the NHC about this as far as any tropical development goes, but the models keep indicating that something could form there. Whether that be, and just let's talk about the water temperatures for a moment off the Atlantic coast, because they're above normal. Sea surface temperature anomalies, you can see, look at these anomalies that we have here, well above normal, especially over here. I mean, you're talking 8 degrees Fahrenheit above normal here in this area. That's crazy. This is often found. So we have a lot of warm water here. That's not good for us at all, obviously. A lot of warm water, which is no surprise. Great Lakes also well above normal. So if we look at the actual sea surface temperature over here, we're talking water temperatures in the 70s this far north over here. So that's very far north, really far north. Water temperatures well into the 70s. And if you look at the Gulf, well, look at that. I mean, you're approaching 90 on the Gulf Coast of Florida there. So you've got a lot of warm water to work with. But the reason why we are not seeing the tropical development that we could be seeing is because of the dust. So we'll just look at the Caribbean here. Tropical Atlantic. We'll go to this, and you'll see what I mean here. I've got to kind of go to the older satellite views, the visible satellite views, so you can see what's going on here. You can sort of see already what's going on here. So if I pause it, you can see these clouds of dust that are coming off the Sahara, and this inhibits tropical development. However, we don't have the dust over here. So that's something that, again, is keeping... We had all that... We had Beryl, and all of a sudden it shut off because of the dust. But anyway, high pressure's in control. We should have fair weather this weekend. But again, we'll have to watch for that system. This is the 12Z run right here that we have. So let's take a closer look at the northeast and on the HRRR run. Should have fully that in right now. So obviously shower activity, we won't have to deal with any of that. It will be dry all weekend long. Dew points and wind flow, drier air coming in, wind shift to the north tonight, north-northwest flow tomorrow. Maybe a sea breeze develops in the afternoon perhaps along the south shore, which will bring up the humidity a little bit but lower the temperatures. And then as we get into Saturday, we have a northeast to east wind becoming southerly. And you notice the dew points are comfortable, which is very good. So won't be humid at all. It will be warm, however. So tonight, we're probably going to drop to the mid to upper 60s, and then tomorrow, temperatures well into the mid 80s. I think we'll have maybe even some upper 80s in Jersey. Seasonable for this time of the year. And then for Saturday, see, we start off in the 60s, maybe some radiational cooling, maybe. And then for Saturday, it'll be a little bit warmer, especially if you're in Jersey, closer to 90, maybe even into parts of central Nassau, well into the mid-80s everywhere else. So the air mass isn't all that cool, but it will be drier. Looking at the GFS here, we'll go ahead and we'll take you into Sunday here on the GFS. And then Sunday, you can see we're still staying with the lower dew point, so it doesn't really get humid. Here's your circulation offshore again. And then as in the Monday, you can see it kind of brings in some more humidity as we get into Monday here. The southerly flow there coming back into the picture. Temperatures Saturday, again, Saturday's going to be warmer, so again, mid to upper 80s. It'll be a nice summery weekend. It won't be that cool. And then by Sunday, the GFS has us heating up to close to 90 degrees in many parts of central Long Island, and possibly low 90s in Jersey. And then as we get into Monday, you'll notice what happens. The temperatures drop, especially along the coast, because it's bringing in that cloud cover and possible rain chances for Monday due to this system that is developing. So if we look at the cloud cover, you'll see the clouds from it right here. Meanwhile, if you look at the cloud cover map for tomorrow, you'll see, it may have a bank of cirrus parked off to the south. That front's still kind of hung up. Saturday, maybe showing some better skies as far as less cloud cover, especially south of the city in Long Island. And then Sunday will still be mostly sunny, but it's trying to build some of these clouds in from this system offshore. And then as we get into Monday, it brings in some more clouds and perhaps some shower chances. It's very unusual to see this. The GFS is showing this. Let's look at some of the other models and see if they're showing this system as well. I'll start off with the NAM. Don't have enough of the 0Z NAM, and we can use the 18Z NAM. I don't think we're going to have far enough to go here. Yeah, look at this system. Yeah, it's just almost looks like a tropical system here, a tropical low forming. The NAM is definitely going along with this idea of this low pressure just forming right there. It's just really weird to see. And the isobars are kind of tight too, so if we were to look at the wind, there is some wind around this thing. So, yeah, we're going to have to watch this for sure. Go to 850 wind. Yeah, could it be a tropical system? Could it be a tropical system? That is the question at this point. Could it have some tropical characteristics? It's very unusual again to see this. I can go to the FV3 as well. Well, I don't have enough of that 0Z FV3, and I could look at the older FV3 higher resolution GFS and see if it. Yeah, you don't even see it here on this run. So some models are showing it, some models aren't. Go to the NAM 3 as well. Here we go, the NAM 3, and yeah, it's very unusual. You see that right here. So we're going to have to watch this. Let me look at the dew points around this. This will kind of tell us if it's extra tropical or not. And then we go to the NAM 12. I think NAM 12 will show us dew points as well. So let's kind of just get an idea. I see this all humid air around it, so that leads me to believe that this is some kind of subtropical low that's could form here that we'll have to watch as we get into. I mean, if this continues to show to be more impressive, then I might have to do weather updates Saturday night. But I'm doing less of these weather updates, so generally speaking, the next one it won't be until Sunday night, just covering the weekend here. Let's go look at the sky cover on the RGEM. Every model's different with this. You can see that front kind of just hangs up off to the south a little bit. But if you're over Long Island, you should have mostly sunny skies again. This does not account for possible wildfire haze. Sunday, we'll have, again, maybe a few Saturday, we'll have a few pop-up clouds. On Sunday, the RGEM kind of just brings those coastal clouds back in with this system, which you can clearly see here on the RGEM. Which, again, very unusual. Look at how wrapped up this thing is. Look at the RGEM. I mean, that's impressive right there. That's some kind of subtropical low right there. Really interesting to see that for sure. Would that affect the wave heights? I don't think this gives us wave heights. GFS here. Just when you think you have a simple forecast for the weekend, and then this happens, right? 12Z. Let's see if this is going to do anything for... Could this cause some coastal beach erosion here? Yeah, maybe for the way. It looks like it's showing it more for the Cape. You know what? Let's go ahead and look at the European model here, the AI European, and see what it does with this system. What doesn't it? It has it very weak. But you can see what it's doing. It's going to bring in some clouds and possible shower chances for Monday. Originally, we were thinking it was going to be dry. Let's look at the operational. See, the operational's different. Oh, yeah, operational's Look at this thing. Look at how strong it gets it. Look at what the operational does. Sunday night. Wow. That looks like some kind of tropical system, doesn't it? I don't ever remember something like this forming this far north, but then when we look at these water temperatures, the area it's forming, well, they are above 80 degrees, just above 80 degrees, but that's enough to support a formation of a tropical storm. Huh, man, that is really interesting. Let's see what we could do. Look at the wind here around this thing. I mean, it won't have any, like, look at how it gets strong. Look at that, its strongest point here. And that is really unusual. Significant wave height. Yeah, we're going to have to watch this. So for the tail end of your weekend, we're going to have to watch this. But most of your weekend should be okay. So there you go. I think that's going to cover it. So if this storm continues to look more impressive, I'll have another weather up. I'll mention it again Friday night or tomorrow night or Saturday night. We'll have to do another weather update on it. But we could see the possibility of a named tropical system. Of course, you'll say, you're jumping the gun, John. The NHC hasn't said anything. Yeah, well, I'm not waiting for the NHC to say something. I'm looking at the models here, and they're indicating something. It could be considered a subtropical storm, but something is going to form here, possibly here. A lot of the models seem to show this, pretty much all of them, actually. So, yeah, we're going to have to watch this closely. Just for, let's just go to the windy.com model, because I know that's based on the European. And we'll go and look at we're already at wind, and I'm going to go here to Sunday. See if it shows the system here. All right, this looks a little different than the Euro we looked at, but you can see there's the system right there. That's, yeah, that's stirring up the ocean too. But this one takes it a little further to the east. So, this is the windy.com. This is using the, what's the RWD? That's another model I never even heard of before. RDWTS. What is that? They added a new model in there. Well, whatever the case is, it hasn't formed yet, so enjoy the weekend. Main issue is just going to be some wildfire smoke and some haze in the air that, again, I think that we're going to be dealing with. Again, if we look at the Great Lakes, I'll just wrap up right here. If we look at the Great Lakes, you can see what I'm talking about. You see that smoke right there. It looks like it's coming down, so yeah, definitely some smoke. A lot of this is aloft, so you're not necessarily going to smell smoke, but it's definitely going to add some haze to the sky. I don't think you're going to have a nice blue sky with this. Lastly, we'll just talk about the climate statistics for today. Islip hit 85, low of 74, 4 degrees above normal. Still only 1.60 inches of rain has fallen at Islip for the month of July, but when you compare it to Central Park, high of 83, low of 75, just 1 degree above normal, but they've had 4.12 inches of rain. So some people have gotten a decent amount of rain. Other people are running dry. So that's going to wrap it up here. Have a good night, and if anything happens, I'll be back sooner. But other than that, the next weather update, which should be Sunday night. But again, if this storm that's forming off the coast looks more impressive, then I'm going to probably try to do one probably Friday night or Saturday night. So that's all. Have a good night.